everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today we are doing a pick a sunset reading, and we are focusing in on your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. This reading is geared more towards romantic situationships, so if you have any type of romantic tension with someone, this is your reading, okay? So when you feel ready, I want you to envision the person that you're asking about, or you can even ask out loud, Spirit, Universe, what is blanks, feelings, and thoughts towards me with the highest level of honesty, truth. What do I need to know about this person's feelings and thoughts towards me in order to manifest the highest outcome, whatever that may be? Once you've done so, take a look at all three of the sunsets on screen. We have group number 1 with the ocean sunset, group number 2 with the mountain sunset, and group number 3 with the trees sunset. Whichever one you're feeling most drawn to, that is your reading. This is one of those readings where I don't think you might be drawn to more than one group, but if you are, there might be some additional messages in there for you. Also, keep in mind, sometimes with these readings, I notice that you might ask about one person and Spirit brings you a reading based off of someone else in your life, like an ex or something. If that happens for you, that just means that they're still in your energy in some way, shape, or form. So just bear that in mind. And if you begin watching your reading and it doesn't resonate at all, don't force it to resonate. This is a general reading. You can go back and pick another group, or there just might not be any messages for you here today. So take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, I will tune in solely to your situation, and I offer personal readings on my website, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Let's begin. Okay, group number 1, we are going to see your person, who they are on this side, and just their overall energy, either as an individual or in your connection. And then over here, this is how they view you. Okay, so if this side doesn't resonate, that's fine, because this is a very subjective thing we're looking into. This is how they're viewing you. I mean, if it fully doesn't resonate to the point where you're like, I don't think they view me that way, then of course this might not be your pile. You can either go back to the beginning and select a new pile, or maybe there's just no messages for you in today's reading. But let's dive right into it. So their energy, they are being represented by the hawk. Beautiful. So this is simultaneously giving me fire and air elements. So they could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I know that's a lot, but that's literally like half of the zodiac. But they're just giving me a lot of fiery, airy quality. So fire is very passionate, energetic, charismatic, charming. And then air is very intellectual, talking, ideas, kind of progressive, fast-moving energies, okay? The hawk is a lovely... Also, I don't know why, I feel like someone watching this person actually has a hawk tattoo or some type of like hawk, I don't know, art piece in their home, or maybe even like a piece of clothing that has the word hawk on it. Very specific, I know. But this is showing me that this person is really good at seeing the full picture of things, as well as zooming into the little details, okay? So they can very clearly look into their own past and see how it has led them to the present moment, and then look into their own present actions and see how it is creating their future. So there is a deep sense of maturity with this person, which is really great to see. You know, this is a quality that I feel like most people should have if they don't have it, but the hawk is a really powerful spirit animal. So this person is pretty mature, pretty intelligent. And also, I'm getting a certain sense of being able to do things on their own, you know, a certain sense of independence. This isn't someone who you're going to have to treat like a child, essentially, you know. They understand concepts such as how to clean up after themselves, how to feed their body, to at least a basic level. And I know that's like so shameful that we even have to discuss this, but I do feel like there's so many, let's just say, people in this world who, you know, don't do that. They treat their partners like mothers or fathers. This person's not like that. So I love to see that. They're also having flow. The number 21 might be important. 21st day of the month, or Some of you, this might be a 21-year-old. I don't know how old you guys are that are watching. I know most of you are above 25. But anyways, flow, recovery, moving on, finding peace. Yeah, this person is giving me a sense of just wanting a peaceful life. And this is someone who maybe in the past they had mental health issues. Maybe they were, I don't want to say a player, because I feel like player comes with the connotation of playing games and manipulating people, but maybe, they were just very loose and that also isn't a good word. I don't know, just very kind of not caring, just going with the flow in a more negative way, like not really having direction in their life. And right now they're in their hawk era where they're looking to have more direction in their life. They're a little bit more serious about their future, and they might be in recovery from something. Okay, that might apply for some of you guys. Like maybe they're recovering from some type of addiction, or maybe they're just recovering from mental health issues, whatever it may be. This person is on a journey to become, like they've done a certain level of maturing already. And upon meeting them, or at this present moment, they're really ready for something more peaceful, more serious, more grounded. I feel like in the past, okay, I'm getting a very specific message here. In the past, they might have had an ex who was just nuts, okay? Like this is someone who was very immature and would play games with them, who would use emotional manipulation as the means to getting what they wanted. Jealousy, insecurity, all that really negative stuff here. This person dealt with crazy, okay? And now they're just looking for peace, which I think is really mature, really wise. And we have rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Okay, with all that fire and air energy, ironically, this person might have a hard time sitting still. They might have a hard time allowing themselves time for rest and rejuvenation. So this can manifest in a few different ways. They might not, also the number 19 is sticking out as well. So 19, 21 might be important to them, or signs for someone. They might be someone who doesn't allow themselves enough time to sleep, for example, or maybe they are just super duper busy, whatever they're doing. Or maybe it's just simply that they can't sit still. They always feel like they have to be productive. The hustle culture is really deeply ingrained into so many of us, so I'm not surprised that this card is coming out. This doesn't mean they're a bad person or anything. It's just something that they might be going through at this time. And perhaps that's something you could help them with if you end up in like a relationship, or if you are in a relationship, you can help them relax a little bit more. Now, let's see how they're viewing you. We have the otter. Oh my gosh, I love otters so much. First and foremost, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Don't have to be. You just have a very watery energy. Also, like, I love how they're looking at you and then you're like looking over here. And it's just so cute to me. I'm just getting cuteness. Like, I just want to squeeze you. That's how they look at you. They think you're adorable. Gosh darn it. They want to hold your hand. Otters, when, they're in a couple, first off, they're like the cutest couples ever, but they hold each other's hands so they don't float away from each other. It's so cute. So I'm getting all of those energies. Also, like, weird side note, I'm pretty sure I was reading something about cannibalistic otters. Total side note, just as a species, they're very interesting. Highly recommend looking into it one day if you're weird like me and like to know unusual facts like that. But that is beyond the point. Maybe they want to eat you, but like in a not cannibalistic way, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is getting out of hand. Back to what we were saying. I think overall, they just think you're so adorable. And also, otters and the otter spirit represents playfulness and fun and not taking life so seriously, being at peace. Life doesn't have to be so hard all the time. And that's why they're like hawk-eyeing right towards you, because this is where they're coming from, not having peace, craziness, everything's a problem, drama. Have you ever been around people who make every little thing into a problem? Like, you go to hang out with your friends and they complain about your friends nonstop. They don't want to be there. They make you leave the party early. Like, that is the type of partner they were dealing with in the past. And now they see you, this little otter spirit, just bumbling about life like doo-doo-doo and being all cute and cuddly and just peaceful and happy. and they're just like, I want that energy. Like, they're so fun, they're so playful, they're so cute. Life is fun. Life isn't so serious and hard and heavy all the time with them. You know, your energy is like very refreshing, but also watery. So there's two different types of like refreshing lightness and lightheartedness. I want to say there's lightheartedness in a I don't really care, this isn't serious type of way, and then there's lightheartedness in a I am totally emotionally open, but you know, life doesn't have to be so hard all the time type of way. And I feel like you're that second one, right? With the water energy, your heart is open. You know, you are open to love, you are open to seriousness. However, you know, with seriousness, like in terms of relationship, that doesn't mean you have to be serious all the time. Does that make sense? And I think otters are the perfect spirits to represent that, you know? They're very like just serious about their family, I guess. The people closest to them, the otters closest to them. They're very like into those community members, right? However, you know, they're just so playful. It doesn't have to mean like life or death situations all the time. It doesn't have to be hard all the time just because they really dig their otter friends around them. You get what I'm saying. We have faith coming out. 14. Hope, inspiration, cooperation, rejuvenation, admittance, and allow. So there is like a very inspirational quality that you have that they see, and you know, it's funny. It kind of seems balanced. You're this playful, cute, silly little energy, but then they also view you as having a lot of wisdom and a lot of inspiration, really good advice giver. And also just a sense of peace about you. You know, you're someone who I feel like you don't get mad or upset or up in arms very easily. You know, you have in fact, I feel like you have a low tolerance for people when they get in moods. Like when someone's just moody and like being a negative Nancy for no reason, I feel like you just can't stand that energy. Like you just don't want to be around it. Like, you know, when life hands you a challenge, like, sure, whatever, we have to get over this challenge, but like, you're not going to sit here and cry about it. You're not going to sit here and be down in the dumps about it. You know, you don't play victim in life. You're very cooperative with life, and it's very refreshing to this person, you know, like, let's just figure out this challenge. We can grow from this challenge, you know, and then we can go back to like being playful and silly until the next challenge comes. That's life. Life is cyclical like that. Like, that is kind of the energy you're giving off here. And they find it very inspirational. Also, I don't know what you do with your life or the type of life that you've created for yourself, but I'm seeing a lot of like respect and admiration for that as well. So all around, good stuff. The energy that they see you have at hostilities, interesting. I wonder why that came up. 26, 14, because we were literally just saying like you have a low tolerance for that type of stuff. And then energetically, we have hostilities with how they're viewing you with your energy. So that's fascinating. I honestly don't know what this is talking about. If you have any ideas, because like, you know your person, I don't know them, I'm just a reader on the internet. Let me know down below. Why do they view hostility around your energy? Is it that you're dealing with people like friends or something who are hostile or negative a lot, and they don't understand why you surround yourself with those people? Are you going through a really tough situation, hostile circumstances, and you're maintaining your faith, and you know, you're still being inspirational and like getting through this challenging bit of your life, you know, with this beautiful, playful spirit that you have? Like, why exactly is your person associating your energy with hostilities? It doesn't have to be from you specifically. Like, you don't have to be a hostile person. Like, are you in hostile circumstances? Are there hostile people around you? Or are you a hostile person? Comment down below. I'm very curious. I really don't know what this is talking about, guys. A little bit of tea for you. Okay, now we're going to get into their actual feelings for you and their thoughts. Did I tell you guys, I didn't film the intro yet, so I don't know what I'm going to say in the intro. That's why I'm saying, did I tell you, that I filmed this entire video already. I edited it, I uploaded it, and it was like 10 minutes away from being done uploading, and then I was cleaning out my computer and like deleting old videos from it to make space, and I accidentally deleted the video, and there was like no way I could recover it because it was like permanently deleted. So now I'm filming it again. That is life. Anyways, it was like 2 hours long too. It was insane. What is the group one's person's feelings for them? I'm feeling 5 cards. I don't know why I always feel drawn to like 5 cards when I do readings like this. There's no specific like questions I'm asking for each card. It's just like, paint the story. What is their feelings? We have the King of Wands in reverse. So we have that fire energy again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, guys, big confirmation here of they got the feels for you. They got the hots for you. Two of Cups is like a huge card of partnership. All right, they want something serious with you. Eight of Swords reversed. 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, I'm getting really specific messages now, but let's see what the last card is. King of Cups upright. Okay, I am getting a very specific set of circumstances for a few of you. There is something here. I'm starting to understand the hostilities card now too. I really do feel like some of you watching might be caught up with a toxic ex in a way that you can't completely let go right now. Okay, so for example, you might still be technically married to this person and you're in the process of divorcing them. For some of you, I'm like very specific circumstance, I know. So if it doesn't resonate, like please don't force it. This is a general reading. But I'm seeing actually a few of you watching are in a circumstance where you had a baby with this ex and you might still be living with them and you're finding it really difficult to like move out or like get on your own feet. Like you're having a difficult time untwining, is that a word? Your energies with this hostile ex's energy. Does that make sense? I don't know. I know that's not going to resonate for every single person watching, but I'm definitely getting that here. If it's not an ex, there might be just some type of hostile living situation, okay? Maybe some of you have a roommate and you just can't stand them, or like I'm seeing some type of situation here, Eight of Swords reversed, where it's really hard for you to get out of the situation that you're in. You know, this could even just be the chains of poverty. You know, this could just be like, I don't know, very challenging life predicaments that would tear a normal person down, but you have a lot of good energy, high spirits within you, so you're handling this so gracefully and they really admire you for that. So we are seeing that here. And this is like, okay, first off, I want to say this energy is temporary because it's being shown with the Eight of Swords reversed and the Ten of Swords reversed. These are both minor arcana cards, meaning that this is a temporary situation. So if you do find yourself in this challenging situation and it's kind of hard for you to develop with a new person because of it, like for example, if you still live with your ex, even though you're not together, pretty difficult to have a fully functioning relationship. You know, you can't like bring your partner home, right? That would be a little awkward. So this is a temporary circumstance. So big message of hope and faith there that your circumstances will improve, group number one. But this person just has it out for you. You know, they want that partnership with you, and they're not judging you at all for being in these circumstances. Oh wow, big fire. If anything, there's like rose petals on here. This is a spell candle. If anything, they want to help you as much as they can, you know, within the realms of having healthy boundaries. King of Cups, this is someone who, King of Cups and Two of Cups, like this person really does love you, is what I want to say. King of Wands in reversed is kind of helping assist in the message of it just feels like there's something else in your life that's kind of getting in the way, which is why for some of you, like this could represent like your ex or whatever like situation is preventing you from being together. Maybe it's a long distance relationship for some of you, and that distance is the King of Wands reversed. You know, it's just this thing that we have to overcome. But another way that the King of Wands is representing itself is, I feel like your person at times does struggle with some jealousy because of whatever it is that you have going on. Like they do struggle with the feeling of like having so much passion for you, wanting to be with you so bad, like it kind of hurts them a little bit. Whatever this is, like they want you to be happy. They want you to be living your best otter life, you know, playful, fun, not having to deal with these horrendously heavy life situations that you've been dealing with. Like they view you as this beautiful, innocent, playful soul that deserves quite an easy life, but you know, it kind of hurts them that you're not able to have that right now. So really good person. I mean, they are human though. Not everything is black and white. I'm not going to sit here and say like this person's perfect for you. Like they have no problems whatsoever. We all have problems, right? And theirs with the King of Wands reversed is like, sometimes they do struggle with some jealousy. As long as you're not expressing that jealousy in a toxic way, it is totally fine, guys. Jealousy is normal. All right. Normal stuff, but you can't use that jealousy as a reason to control other people's behaviors. They can't be setting rules on you because of that. They can set their own boundaries. Like, hey, if you keep living with your ex for like this amount of time, like I'm just gonna, pursue other options. Like that would be a boundary. A rule would be like, you have to move out right now or else. That's a rule, and that's not okay. Setting personal boundaries is saying something like, okay, it might make me uncomfortable. And, personally, you get the point. Now let's look into their thoughts towards you. There is lots of thoughts. Swords represent thoughts, so there is worries here. There is some anguish, a little bit of anxiety. But then their emotions here with the cups, first off, they exist because they're showing up in the reading, and they're really good cups cards as well, like just pure love. King of Cups, this is someone who wants to nurture you, take care of you. Honestly, King of Cups is the most like romantic, masculine energy of all the kings. Not saying that they're a man, just masculine energy, which is doing. So lots of romantic gestures and wanting to show their support and love in very concrete ways. This isn't someone who's just going to say what you want to hear and then not show it in action. Like they will show it in action. So what are their thoughts towards you? We'll also get some channeled messages. That's the fun part. I saved that for last. It's like the dessert. But before we do that, we will get some messages from their higher self, what their higher self wants you to know about them and how they're acting and their feelings in the 3D that we live in, as well as some messages from the romance angels for advice for you. So their thoughts towards you is the World reversed. Okay, again, huge confirmation. They're waiting for a cycle to end, probably in your life. Honestly, it could be in their life as well. And here's the thing, I feel like this is a similarity you have, which is why you're connecting. You attract the energy that you have within you. And this person's coming out from like a toxic ex, and you're coming out of a situation with a toxic ex. That's what it really feels like. There are still chapters that need to be closed here. And to be honest, I feel like it's you, group number 1, who needs to close the chapters. And until that happens, I feel like once that happens, like things can really flow easily in this relationship. Strength reversed. Are we having conversations we need to have? I have a feeling your person is not expressing all of the difficulties that they face emotionally when it comes to this connection. Strength reversed is saying like, I'm scared to tell this person all of my feelings right now. Okay. It's not saying that they're never going to do it, but they are going to have to get over this fear. Maybe they're not telling you how they can get a little jealous. Maybe they're not telling you how much they want growth and like longevity with you. Maybe they're waiting for circumstances to change, to feel more safe proceeding forward. The Chariot reversed, it feels like a blockage here. They're waiting for a move. They're waiting for a change. They want to like move forward with you for sure. Otherwise, this wouldn't come out at all. And all of these are major arcana cards, guys. You met at a very major point in your life. And there are bigger changes that need to happen on an individual level in order for this relationship to move forward, You, group number 1, need to get yourself out of whatever circumstance you're in that is preventing this relationship to move forward. And you need to do that on your own. Don't use this person as an escape route. Figure a situation out on your own. If this person wants to help, of course you can take that. But, in the meantime, we have the Emperor, another major arcana card. Guys, major feelings here. Major feelings. Major arcana, major feelings. Now, these are their thoughts for you. There's a lot of them. And I'm just getting this desire to be your rock. They feel like the influences in your life might not have been super healthy, and they want to be your peace and your stability. They're trying to be what they want in a relationship, and we saw what they wanted was peace. I just want peace. So they're trying to be your peace. They're trying to offer you either stability, commitment, groundedness, the opposite of chaos. It's very nice, actually. I like it. And we have the Six of Cups reversed. Okay. Whew, I don't think they like the people in your life. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they like the people in your life. Maybe you don't even like the people in your life, group number one. Okay, if you don't like your roommate, you don't like your ex that you're still tied to, like you complain a lot to this person, that pains them. That pains them. And group number one, I really want to say, like, really give it your all to get yourself out of this situation with these types of people. You know, I'm guilty of this myself. You know, sometimes I am in like a toxic or bad situation with people, and the people who are closest to me, you know, my best of friends, my partner, I complain to them about the person that is bothering me, like excessively so. And, you know, I think it's fine, but that can also, you have to keep in mind, like, that can hurt the person that you're complaining to, because your loved ones just want to see you happy, right? So when you're not happy, you know, that can affect them. And I think that's something you need to hear, group number one. You know, you should be giving it your all to get out of whatever the heck this circumstance is that you're in, because I think it pains this person to see you here. And I think your person is kind of giving me this sense, I don't want to say waiting. They don't feel like they're waiting on you or something, like waiting for you to get stuff together. It's more so they're in their emperor energy here, right? They're on their throne. They're not moving. They want to, because the chariot is here, strength is here, the world is here. But they're kind of just trying to embody this grounded energy, you know, be your rock, and kind of just be stable in their own right until whatever blockages can be lifted. Does that make sense? They're trying to maintain peace and consistency until they can proceed with you. That's their thought. And I think those are their intentions too. So honestly, group number one, some of you guys might be waiting for your person to do something, and they're waiting for you, group number one, to do something. They're waiting for you to get out of whatever situation you're in. Some of you, you're waiting for this person to kind of save you in a way. And I do want to say that might not be the healthiest approach, if that's your approach. You know, it's not that this person won't offer you help, but it's like that message, you know, the universe helps those who help themselves. And the universe manifests as everything, the people around you, your circumstances in life, your reality. That is the universe. And the reason why no one's reaching out and offering you help right now, group number one, is because you need to first take the steps to help yourself. You know, imagine if no one's ever going to offer you help for the rest of your life. What steps do you need to take in order to manifest your most peaceful, happy, and successful reality? Start taking whatever those steps are. You know, and this is like a thought practice. It's not to say that you'll never get help. It's just proceed as if you won't. And when you help yourself, other people will help you as well. So there is that. Alrighty. You know, I see this a lot, actually, in people who kind of get out of toxic relationships, or, you know, they don't have much for themselves. They kind of hop into another relationship rather quickly, hoping that it'll kind of be their, I don't know, the one that saves them. This sounds so bad. I'm not like saying this is you, but I don't know. It just made me think of that type of dynamic. Anyways, we are going to ask your person's higher self what their higher self wants you to know about their kind of like lower self, the version that you deal with on a daily basis. Okay, so what does their higher self want you to know with the highest level of truth and honesty and accuracy? What does their higher self want you to know? Any day now. Get a good shuffle on these cards, I guess. Okay, we're gonna pick. I'm feeling some more. Maybe one more. Okay. I regret my past actions in this connection. So I don't know what that's referring to, but maybe you know. Gaslighting, abuse, neglect, making you feel needy. That's interesting. Okay, so I made this deck myself, but it's interesting that I didn't really make this into a full sentence. I, for whatever reason, just like wrote these words out. I am actually really feeling for you guys that your person that we're talking about here is viewing the people in your life as doing this to you, and they're just like, why do you keep putting up with it? I just got the vision as well. Some of you guys, this is like your family members, and your person is like, I just don't understand why you keep putting up with it. And you know, it's like you're this glowing, radiant being of peace and happiness, but then you worry about these people who are dulling your shine, group number one. And I feel like that kind of hurts this person because they genuinely care about you. I don't know. I am jealous. There it is. I am jealous. We saw it. We saw it here, folks. We said that earlier. Here it's coming out. I don't think they're letting you know that in words. You know, they're not saying I'm jealous, but you can feel it, group number one. And this is confirmation. I am jealous. You are my best friend and closest contact. I am not ready for commitment, and I'm not ignoring you. I am busy. This is an important one, guys. If they ever like take a while to respond to you, they're not, you know, ignoring you. They are literally just out doing stuff. I do this myself, okay? I don't like looking at my phone when I'm with other people. You know, I also have ADHD. When I work, I get into this really strong hyper focus. I don't answer text for hours on end. That's just how I am. And so if you're worried about this person ignoring you, they are not. Okay, they're not the type of person to ignore or play hot and cold games like that. They just might not be super big into texting, and that's totally fine. But y'all, I'm not reading the I'm not ready for commitment as they have commitment issues. I just think I'm just being straight up with you guys. I don't sugarcoat readings. I don't feel like they feel confident that you're ready for commitment, or like they might have some concerns about the people in your life, or like this just for whatever reason, you know, this Chariot card, this Strength card, this World in reverse card, they're all in reversed, and all of them are saying like, so if these cards were upright, the World card is all about a beautiful new chapter beginning, and it's like everything that you want, and you feel so lucky, you feel so blessed. Strength card is about having, you know, being really emotionally open, and you know, having all of your walls down, and having a really healthy relationship. The Chariot card is about moving forward, moving into uncharted waters with someone, right? Like maybe even moving in together. These are showing up in their thoughts because they're thinking about these things. They want these things. But in reversed, there's something blocking it. And that's why the I'm not ready for commitment card is coming up. Okay? I feel that they have their walls up a little bit still because they need some more proof and some more evidence that you also want these things and that you're ready for these things, you know? If you're still having like a toxic connection with your ex, for example, you know, that might not be the best place to start. Like, okay, so perfect example. If you're still living with your ex, of course they're not going to propose to you, you know? Like, why would they? You're not ready for that. I mean, I'm just telling it to you straight. Like, I'm not saying you're a bad person, group number one. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. And this person really does love you, and they really do want something for you. And again, it's not even that they're waiting for you. It's just that they're here, they're peaceful. But there is a large amount of frustration that I'm getting from them when it comes to how, I don't want to say how you let other people treat you in your life, but like just the fact that you're surrounded by certain individuals who they feel like is not treating you right. That can be like a red flag to them. I mean, even the situation may be justified. Like maybe you don't want to be there either, but you're kind of planning your escape route, right? That's fine, you know, that's totally fine. But like, you know, they're not going to proceed in this connection until that escape has happened. Does that make sense? That's what I'm reading. Okay. That is what their higher self wants you to know about kind of where they're at right now, where your person is at right now, what their mindset is, what their intentions are. And I think there's a lot of beautiful confirmations here. You are their best friend and closest contact, okay? So if you're sitting here worried that they're, closer with certain people in their life or they're cheating or whatever, they're not, okay? They are not. I wonder what this is about. I regret my past actions in this connection. I feel like the vision I'm getting is that they might have been a little bit too harsh when explaining something to you, like explaining their feelings. They might have been a little bit too harsh. They let go of their, how they, I don't know. This happens to all of us occasionally. I mean, if this is like a common occurrence, then maybe you shouldn't be with this person. If this person that you're dealing with is toxic, and this is talking about them, you should just dump them and not talk to them again, straight up. Okay, I don't feel like that is the case for the majority of you though, so I am proceeding with this reading. Let's get some advice for you, group number 1, from the romance angels, okay? What advice do you need? And then we'll get some channeled messages from this person to you. Okay. Romance angels, what does group number 1 need to hear when it comes to their love life and this connection? What does group number 1 need to hear when it comes to their love life and this connection? Okay, we had 1 card come out. Anything else? 2 cards coming out. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay. You have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, so I take this card. First of all, this card rarely comes out for me in readings, like when I do readings, I mean. And this doesn't have to just do with religion. This could do with like morals and spirituality and culture. So you might have different ways of viewing relationships, okay? A cultural factor might come into play here. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind, okay? Like, is how you view relationships the same? Like, in terms of culture, in terms of religion, in terms of spirituality. Like, I know there are some people who view the word dating as like, just a whatever thing. You're not actually in a relationship till you're married. Other people view the word dating as like a serious relationship before marriage. Most people I know who view the word dating, they view it as like kind of dating multiple people until you find a serious relationship, and then that serious relationship leads to marriage or whatever. You know what I mean? People have different opinions on these things. So I think it's important for you to get on the same page with this person about that, about relationships, about, morals, religion, spirituality, how they view relationships. It might be a nice conversation to start. Children, your love life is being affected by children. I just got a really funny message with this card. So, I mean, not only are children, they might be a factor, like I said in the beginning, there's definitely some people here who are dealing with a toxic ex because you share a child, or like, there's just factors there. But even if that's not the case, I am viewing someone in your life acting like a child, and it's getting in the way of this relationship being able to develop properly. And I feel that your person is concerned because it's like they don't want you to keep, like, if you're gonna keep putting up with people acting like children and treating you wrong, like, that is really draining. I'm giving it to you straight, group number 1. Being in a relationship with someone, really loving someone, and they keep putting up with toxic people in their lives, and they don't make any changes about it, and they keep coming to you to complain and to vent about that person, it can be really draining. So, I don't know. That's just what the cards are saying. Listen, I know it might not be an easy message to hear, but some of you guys, I definitely know that you're like, okay, I needed to hear this, or like it really resonates or something. But like, your top priority, group number 1, should definitely be getting out of whatever the heck situation you're in that we're talking about. It's going to look so different for all of you, and also maybe, keep talking to this person that you're talking to and kind of get on the same page about this stuff. All right. So ending off the reading, We are going to get some channeled messages from your person. What are their true feelings for you? If they were 100% honest and accurate about how they feel about you, what would they tell you? What would they tell you? Group number 1. All right, we had one card come out. Any more? Okay, we had a few more. Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Okay, let's see what they say. We have Judgment coming out. I'm trying to make a decision about this connection. I feel that so much. They want to make a decision. They want to make a decision to get closer. All right. They realize the potential of this connection. This relationship is about to change. A spiritual awakening was triggered from this connection. Addressing past issues is a big theme here right now. Like, you need to address your past issue that might be still lingering in your life. And, they are doing their own things with their past, and doing it. And also a possible reconciliation if you're not on good terms right now. We have the 6 of Swords. I need to move in some way, location, job, or just move towards calmer waters in general. I need peace. We said that this entire reading, group number 1. Are you kidding me? All they want is peace. And the reason they're not moving forward in very apparent ways with you right now is because they are deciding, are you actually that peace? They think that you are on an individual level, like you and your personality. However, there might be influences around you, group number 1, that are not peaceful. And they want to make sure that you have the proper boundaries in your life when it comes to those non-peaceful things. Listen, everyone has drama. Everyone has baggage, especially the older that you get. Okay? This person's not going to leave you just because you have baggage or a past or whatever. Like, they understand that, but they want to make sure you have proper boundaries with these people, so rest and recharge, spending time apart, overseas travel, literally moving, needing space, moving on. These are all different energies that may show up in your relationship, but this person, going back to the Chariot reverse, this is like the epitome of, I need to move forward in some way, with or without you. And I know that sounds harsh to hear, but they just need that peace. And right now they're in the process of kind of gathering information, spending a little bit time on their own to kind of listen to their intuition. And that's all very good. Don't be upset. They're not ignoring you. They're just busy doing things, reconnecting with themselves. Guys, I can't reiterate the fact that they do love you. Okay. I'm seeing love here. The Sun, I enjoy every second spent with you. Every second. They love you, group number 1. They want more energy and time spent together. That is what they want, okay? They want that. They daydream of a life spent together. It's a growing relationship. I want your baby, okay? So that might be something that they want with you for some of you guys. Creative ways of showing love. We saw that earlier as well. They're going to actually show their love in a very physical way. Honeymoon every day. They want to go out on dates and travel. They just want to do all these things. They want to show you affection. They give really good gifts. I don't know why that's coming through. But, We have the 5 of Wands. Oh my God, here it is again, y'all. I am not making this up. Look at that. Hold on, focus. I am jealous. I feel like I have to compete for you. Guys, what are you doing to this poor soul? Y'all, group number 1, if you're still friends with your ex, and you don't have to be, why? They feel like your family and friends won't, or I want to say don't like them. First and foremost, scheduling issues. I am insecure, misunderstandings. Who is in your life, group number 1, that is triggering these feelings within them? Now, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and say oh yeah, they have every right to be jealous. Maybe they are taking it a bit too far. Maybe you do have friends that you like to spend time with, and that's totally fine, totally normal. But I feel like there is, why is it that they feel like they have to compete for you? Is it a genuine concern that is just for them? And this is something that you have to answer honestly with yourself. Is this concern just? Is there anything you can do to reassure them a bit more? Or are they really just overly jealous and overly, overly like this? Or is there genuinely reason for them? Here, think of it like this. If you were in their shoes, how would you react? Okay, so for example, like say you are one of those people who are still living with your ex, trying to get out. If they were still living with their ex and you wanted to spend your life with them, how would you react, And put yourself in their shoes. Is there, I don't want to say jealousy. Is there jealousy warranted? Usually when people feel jealous in a relationship, it's because either their needs aren't being met or they want something more in a way, or they're just completely insecure and it's not actually, healthy or reasonable. But we see jealousy coming out a third time now. It's something they're really having a hard time dealing with here, Guys, I am so curious as to what this thing is in your life. We have the Four of Cups coming out. I want a soulmate relationship, but I'm unwilling to open up emotionally and put in the work. We kind of saw this earlier. They do want this with you, but right now they're kind of, I don't want to say holding you at an arm's length, because we did see that you are their best friend and closest contact, but I think they're trying to have healthy boundaries around this, because it's like, I don't want to open up emotionally entirely and get my heart broken if this issue is going to persist forever and nothing's ever going to improve. We're never actually going to, live together, spend our time together. Does that make sense? Standards that are high, not putting in the effort, staying in a relationship out of habit, boredom. I don't feel like they're bored. I don't feel like they are staying here out of habit. But I feel like they're kind of trying to balance their efforts. They don't want to put too much effort. They don't want to put too much, they don't want to give too much of themselves to a situation that may possibly not go anywhere. Like they want, I don't know why I keep coming back to this theme of like living together or like intertwining your lives. Like they want something serious. And until they're kind of sure that, you want that as well and that this is going to work out actually, practically, physically, that I do feel like they are holding back a little bit of what they can offer. And I don't necessarily think that's unhealthy in any way. Okay, but I don't know. You're in your situation, you know best. So comment down below, like, how did this resonate for you? What is the situation? Let me know, because I'm curious, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you for the next video. Bye. Okay, group number 2, welcome. So how we're going to do this is going to represent your person, either who they are in general or who they are in this relationship right now. And then over here is how they view you. And this is completely subjective, so you might not agree with how they view you, but as long as it resonates, like you feel like they do view you in this way, then this is your reading. If none of this resonates whatsoever, you can go back and select another group, or maybe there's just no messages for you in today's video. So let's dive into it. They are being represented by the dolphin. Oh my gosh, I knew some animal like this was gonna come up for someone in this reading, because I was shuffling your cards and I kept thinking about how all these whales and dolphins and sharks keep turning up like dead on the beaches on the East Coast because of like cargo ships and climate change and everything. So it's just really sad, but I love this energy, to be honest. A dolphin spirit is so intelligent, playful, optimistic, fun to be around. Like, they're just a joy. They're a ball. Okay, just think of dolphins, it's themselves, how friendly they are, how nice they are, extremely smart. Like, I'm pretty sure humans can't even figure out like how they communicate fully, because their form of communicating with each other is so far advanced than any human can like comprehend. But dolphins are just really cool, man. I love them. I honestly think that there are some animals that are way more intelligent than humans are, and dolphins are definitely one of them, but that's beside the point. Having a dolphin spirit represent them and where they're at right now, your person's just jolly, just fun, just happy to be here. And I almost get like a sense of silliness from them, playfulness. So beautiful spirit. They're also being represented by shelter. The number 1 might be significant, might be born in January or on the 1st of any month, or the number 1 just might be significant to them in some way. Spiritual growth, revival, accountability, and healing. So shelter is kind of showing that they might be in a space currently where they're just kind of healing, they're kind of protecting themselves in a way, spending more time alone to kind of like grow. It's when we're in the state of shelter, in the state like alone, where we really do the most growth. Okay, I don't know why I just got the message for some of you that this person might be recovering from some type of injury, like sports injury. I know that's really specific, but that'll be for some of you. We have woman holding a coin coming out for them as well. Stunning. Wealth. This is someone who really, also with the dolphin spirit, they could be a water sign or have water placements strongly. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And now the woman holding a coin is coming out, so this is giving me earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is someone who really likes spending their money on things that make life a little bit more luxurious. They might really love their home, for example. With shelter, with woman holding a coin, like they put a lot into their home. Maybe they have a very eclectic home with style, with taste, and they love hosting. They just love being home. Maybe they work from home. Maybe I don't know, like there's a sense of people feel really comfortable in their space. They're really good at hosting or being a hostess, and they go out of their way to, make nice food for people, give them nice drinks, or just like make sure all their needs are met. They're comfortable. They might even be into like plants or pets or something. Like this is a very strong indication of like a homebody person here. And they like the finer things in life, the physical things. They're very sensual. They like indulging in their senses, and not just in like a romantic way, but also in just a general way, nice scented candle, some good airflow, a really tasty snack. Like they're very intentional about the senses. So cool stuff. This is how they view you. Hummingbird, oh cute. This could be air, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but does not have to be. And I just love these two animals for individual reasons, but hummingbirds are just so small and cute, and they move so fast, and they're just like blah 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 blah. They might think that you talk really fast, or maybe you get into these states of mind where you just talk nonstop. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so specific, but on Instagram there's like these 2 little bears. They're like kind of in like anime style, in a sense, like kawaii stuff, and I forget their name. It's like Boo Boo and something else, and they're just so cute together. And some of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, and you're like, what is going on? But like there's this one particular video where it's like when the female bear comes home, or no, when the dude bear comes home after a long day, and then the other one's like blah 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 blah, blah, like talking nonstop about the day. Yeah, okay, this is a long tangent, but you get the point. Like they just think it's so cute when you get into these little tangents and you're talking so passionately about whatever the heck you're talking about, and they're just like, oh, look at them. Also, I don't know why I'm getting visions of creativity, so you might have a lot of creative hobbies. I'm seeing like crafty stuff for both of you. You both seem like you really enjoy the home and like crafts, or like maybe even art, or like some hobbies that indulge in the senses. So it doesn't just have to be like working with your hands and doing something artistic like that. It could also be like music for some of you. But I don't know, I'm getting like it's not like homestead vibes, but like you get a lot of joy from the home. Like even just making a new recipe together, or I don't know. There's so many different visions going through my mind, guys. Your mind is all over the place. And I feel like it's you with the hummingbird, because if you ever seen hummingbirds move, they're like so fast, and like one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. And it's like, I feel like that might be you with your hobbies and how you talk and everything you do in life. And they think it's like adorable. They're like trying to keep up with you is so fun to them. Okay. We have Beast with 33. Conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, and oppressors. Well, that's not a nice card to get. Let's see what this one is. The Thinking Man. Okay. Interesting. So hummingbird is an air sign. Thinking man is giving more air qualities here. So again, this is like talking, thinking, intellectual pursuits. I wonder if they view you as argumentative, group number 2. Again, remember, this is subjective. I'm not saying that you're argumentative, and I'm not saying that you cause conflict, and I'm not saying that you're aggressive or tense or oppressing them. Okay, you could be the most peaceful, kind, relaxed person around, but this person thinks you're so intelligent and you have so many good ideas, and like I'm getting like almost creative genius energy from them. Like this is how they're viewing you, and they love all those qualities about you. But I wonder why conflict is coming out. Maybe you like debating a lot. We're gonna get more into their feelings though right now, in fact. So I'm using the Light Seers Tarot to look into their feelings towards you. And also, I am sorry if your reading has been all over the place. I feel like their feelings might be all over the place, to be honest. And then after this, we will get cards from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck to look at their thoughts towards you, but this is their feelings. Then we will get some messages from the romance angels on what to do in this connection, and then we will get channeled messages from their higher self to you, and then we will get channeled messages from them to you. If they were honest about their feelings, what would they say? So for now, what are their feelings? 5 cards. Also, I hear some mourning doves outside. I wonder if some of you actually keep birds or help birds or are into birds. I don't know. Something about birds coming up now. We have the 7 of Wands, protecting the peace. We have the 6 of Cups in reversed. We have King of Cups in reversed. Interesting. 4 of Pentacles in reversed. And the 5 of Swords. Okay. I am not going to sugarcoat your reading. I'm going to tell you exactly what I see and feel. And I am seeing and feeling arguments. Okay? Arguments. I don't know why. Okay? Maybe you know why. But 5 of Swords is definitely a card that confirms arguments, aggression, and tension in this connection, some way, shape, or form. It's coming through in their feelings here. This really stresses them out. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault or their fault. I don't know who's at fault here, but we'll get into some more stuff I'm seeing. But this is something that is a part of their feelings, and it is like I'm seeing tension. I'm seeing stress from that. Now, this King of Cups reversed right next to this 6 of Cups reversed. Let's talk about it. Whenever a king comes out in reverse to me, it's almost like a would-be king, but they're not acting how they should be acting here. So, to be completely honest with you, I feel like this person has so much potential to be super loving, loyal. They have potential to be this King of Cups, which is someone who's super sensitive, empathetic, creative, nurturing, extremely nurturing, while having like really good boundaries. But instead, they're acting kind of like, I want to say almost jealous or emotionally reactive is the phrase that comes to mind when I have the King of Cups in reversed. It's like, I don't want to say that they're emotionally manipulative, but I mean, that's another energy that could come through with the King of Cups in reverse. Like, it's just, they need to get a handle on their emotions is what I feel. Okay, right next to this 4 of Pentacles reverse, this is kind of giving me very possessive energy, you know, in an unhealthy way. Upright, this is an energy of like, see how she's like holding closely to her coin purse, she's saving up, she's gonna get out of this town and better her life. That's the energy of the 4 of Pentacles upright. Like, sure, you're being a little strict, you're holding your cards close to chest, but you're doing it for a reason. In reverse, this is like possessiveness for no reason. All right, possessiveness from the fear of loss. Okay, this person might have abandonment wounds And that might create some possessiveness or some emotional reactivity that is stronger than what may be healthy. And, interesting. Six of Cups reversed is a card of the past somehow influencing on this connection. Also, Six of Cups is just a friendly card when upright. It's just a nice, friendly card. Happiness. It's a card of happiness. In reversed, we're not seeing that happiness right now. So, y'all. This person is giving me the shadow energy of water signs. And they don't have to be a water sign, but like the shadow energy of water signs is like being overly emotionally reactive, which either causes them to be very possessive or very shut off, right? So, oh God, their emotions are all over the place. It's all over the place, guys. So, Seven of Wands is at least good. I'm getting peace from this. I'm getting, like, they feel very us against the world when it comes to you. But the rest of their emotions do not feel healthy. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. That we'll just leave it at that. Let's move on to their thoughts, and we'll definitely get some more clarification on this. This reading is not over. Nowhere near it. Okay. What are their thoughts towards you? And guys, like, I almost want to defend you. Also, Seven of Wands can be a card of defending yourself. Like, having to defend yourself. Have you ever met someone who's like extremely argumentative and emotionally reactive and possessive almost, but then they accuse you of being those things and you're like, am I those things? Like, I don't think I'm the problem. I think you're the problem. It's kind of what I'm getting here. But like, you're the one that's like, I'm not the problem. I don't think I'm the problem. You know, no reason to defend yourself here. What are their thoughts towards you? What are their thoughts towards you? You know what this relationship is reminding me of? I don't know if any of you watch Love is Blind, but I think it's the third season? The recent one before, like, they literally just released a new season, but the one before the newest season at time that I'm filming this, there was this couple, I think it was Cole and Zeneb. And I don't know, this relationship's kind of reminding me of that couple because they both point the finger at each other, but they both kind of have, one person definitely has a lot more issues than the other one. Okay, one person, let's just say the lady in that connection, has some insecurities that she kind of projects onto the relationship, and I'm just gonna, never mind. We have the Five of Cups in reversed. What I'm trying to say is I feel like this person might be projecting their insecurities onto you. Okay, that's all we need to say with that. We have the Five of Swords coming out again. So thoughts and feelings are aligning here. This is a not good card to get in a romantic reading if you're like really digging your person, because these are cards of arguing needlessly and walking away. Like, I need to win the argument and then walk away. Now, I'm not saying they're walking away. You could be the one walking away here, okay? And I honestly feel like you are group number 2. And actually, right next to that was the Five of Cups in reverse. Both of these are cards of breakup, separation, not staying, all right? Even Six of Cups reversed, it's a card of exes. So I almost wonder if you're even with this person. Like, this feels like an ex, or someone who's about to be an ex, but they don't get their act together. Three of Wands reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. We have another king coming out in reversed. And this is very similar to that Four of Pentacles energy. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to go to therapy. I'm not going to fix my insecurities. But you can keep waiting, you know? That's what I would say if I was them to you, if I was 100% honest with where I'm at. It just feels that way, you know? I'm not changing. Stop waiting for me to change. This person's not changing. You know, if you're waiting for them to get help, if you're waiting for them to go to therapy, like, don't make excuses for this person, group number 2. Don't just say like, oh, well, if only they went to therapy and like got a grip on their self-esteem, and like, no, the fact of the matter is that they're not doing that right now and they have no plans to do it. Okay, you gave this person a chance, they didn't take it. It's not your job to heal anyone. It's not your job to change anyone. Death reversed. Guys, there's so many breakup cards here. Like, I would be shocked if any of you are still together. But if you are, you're delaying the inevitable. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Keep it 100. You are delaying the inevitable if you are still with this person, because they will not change and this is not healthy. Death reversed. It's like literally the Grim Reaper's even saying like, listen, I've been hanging around you waiting for this relationship to die. Like, please, I want to get a move on here. You know, the spirit of the Grim Reaper is even coming through as a spirit guide in your reading and saying, listen, Linda, it's time. It's time to let this go. Now, if you're in a completely healthy relationship and none of this resonates, like I said in the beginning, go back and select a different group, because this is really strongly. I've never actually had death itself come out as a spirit guide in a reading, so this is fascinating. You could have a spirit guide of death as one of the deities. There's a lot of death spirit guides. You know, death is not bad. You know, we put this scary image on it. It's really not bad. They are a lovely spirit guide to have, and it's coming through in your reading saying, listen, I've been waiting. I'm trying to do my job here. I'm trying to, you know, reap the death of this connection, and you're kind of setting me back here. I'm on a tight time crunch, group number 2. So why are you still with this douchebag? Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm sorry, guys, but like, there is nothing in these cards that are showing a healthy connection. Like, I am literally just seeing someone who is the issue, but pretending like you're like, all of the reason that they are not being good in this connection, they're blaming you, you know? Like, if they're the argumentative one, they might be like, why are you so argumentative? And it's like, I'm not. Like, what? Okay. Whoo, moving on. So if they're higher self, like, let's get a message from them. So keep in mind, a person's higher self is like the highest evolved form of them. And you, group number 2, know this very well because you've been in a relationship with their higher self, you know? The version of them that you see in your mind of, you know, they have so much potential. They could be this king of cups. They could be this like nice whatever. That you're tuning into their higher self, okay? That self has not been born into the reality yet. So what does that version of themselves want you to know right now in the present moment with the version of themselves that you're currently dealing with, the lower version of themselves? We all have higher selves, you know. It's our most evolved forms, and they act as powerful spirit guides. They're in spirit, so, you know, past, present, and future, they exist. And, you know, they can serve as a great inspiration for how we can grow. But what does their higher self want you to know about them? Not about like the higher self version, the lower self version. You get the point. I'm like tired just doing this reading. It's like tiring, always arguing with someone. Like, bro, I just want peace. You guys should watch group number 1 and tune into the energy of their person, because I almost feel like you're gonna be them after this breakup. Like, y'all are gonna end up with group number 1 people after you're done here. Okay, we have a lot of cards coming out. These were the originals. So we are karmic lovers, here for an important reason and season, but nothing more. Confirmation. This person is teaching you an important lesson of self-love. They're teaching you the lesson of it's not your job to heal anyone. I plan on ascending our level of commitment. Okay, that doesn't mean nothing if they're toxic, all right? I had a toxic boy one time try to propose to me. That doesn't mean nothing, okay? Still toxic at the end of the day. We have I will never cheat or lie. Honestly, I do see they're pretty honest, because 5 of Swords up here, 5 of Swords down here, their feelings and their thoughts, they're very aligned. So, I mean, I wonder where you are and who you're with. I am emotionally avoidant. We will grow together in time. I love you conditionally. I share all my feelings with you. My intentions are serious. I do get serious intentions from them. Ooh, this reading is reminding me of someone I used to know. Woo! Yes. Okay. Let's get back to business. Their intentions are serious. They do intend on ascending their level of commitment with you. They want that with you. They are giving me honest vibes. Wanting to grow together in time. Okay. This one's kind of neutral. I will not lie to you. So 2 things we see here from their higher self. They are not lying to you. And they want something serious with you. However, that doesn't mean that that is what you should do. And a part of the karma here might be for you to not accept love that is conditional, to not accept treatment that is less than what you deserve. That might be your karmic lesson. And here's the thing, guys. Higher selves are limited. Any spirit is limited. They can't interfere with your karma, okay? We can't have their higher self coming in and saying, like, yeah, we're not going to end up together. This is the exact steps that you need to take. You know, they can't say that because your karma is like contract in the universe. You need to make decisions for yourself to get out of these karmic ties. And I ask you, group number 2, to really, really think about this relationship and this person and ask yourself, do I actually deserve better? Is this person being healthy? Are we actually compatible? Is this someone I can genuinely be happy with in the long term? You know, do we have a healthy way of communicating with each other? These are the questions you need to ask here. I'll leave it at that. I love you conditionally. I'll leave that one on top. All right. So moving on. Messages from the romance angels. Advice for you. Group number 2. And I do want to say not everything is black and white. And this person has great qualities. You know, we saw earlier they're playful. They enjoy their home like you do. Yeah. But there is darkness beneath the surface. There's conflict beneath the surface is what I should say. Romance angels, what messages of advice do you have for group number 2 when it comes to this situation and their love life at this moment? We have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. You know, to be honest with you, this card comes out when someone hasn't met their soulmate yet. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let's see what else. We have playfulness. We did have that playful element from both of you for sure. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Anything else? Oh boy, I knew this one was coming. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I especially like the image on this card because we see here a spirit guide kind of like, here's the sign, and like their intuition's telling them something, and their spirit guide is really close to them, like, pay attention to this. That, like, I feel like this really resonates with your situation. Like, your spirit guides are surrounding you at this time in your life, trying to get you to see certain things here and take action on them, you know? Some of you guys might see the red flags loud and clear, but you haven't made a decision on that yet. And your spirit guides are like, that will break the chains of your karma here, y'all. Like, and you'll get better and better at it over time, you know? You'll start to notice what red flags are, what green flags are, and you will no longer be victim to these bad connections, you know? Your ability to see red flags and see incompatibilities will happen faster and faster and faster, to the point where when you start dating, you know, you'll be able to see red flags within like less than 3 months time. You know, you won't waste your time. That's where Spirit's trying to bring you, so that they can bring their soulmate in. And is this arguing, are these red flags taking away your playful spirit? Whoo! So you heard it from the angels, y'all. I'm not playing out here. I'm not playing. But I mean, if you really want their genuine feelings for you, stay tuned, because we're gonna get it. So if your person was completely open and honest with you about their feelings, what would they tell you? This is the channeled messages love deck that I made. I'm obsessed with it. I should like actually print it onto good paper, but we'll do that another day. Oh, we had a card come out. If your person was completely open and honest about their feelings, what would they say to you? Oh dear, that's a lot. Okay. All right, we have Queen of Wands. I am at all with your leadership, warmth, creativity, and the life that you've built for yourself. They think that you're a good leader. They view you as a whole package, view you as warm, sensual, and mysterious. Well, they better, because you're hot, group number 2. Like, of course they feel that way. I almost don't know if I want to take this. I'm not going to take that. Yeah. Usually when like a whole stack that's that big falls out, it's Spirit's way of saying like, that's it. You're not getting any more. So you only have 2 channeled messages that they want you to know. King of Pentacles. I am happiest in a settled relationship. I want to protect you and provide for you. Wants to take care of those they love, enjoys offering. Practical support, security, and loyalty are important. Okay, guys, this relationship is reminding me so much of someone I used to know, and I really want to share this with you, because some of you guys, this might resonate a little bit. If not, it's just a fun story, you know, get to know me a bit more. I used to date this guy, and he was all about longevity. You know, he wanted to move in, get married, have kids, the whole 9 yards, and, you know, he could have bought me a huge, beautiful house and everything. And it would have been, you know, on the surface, what a normal relationship looks like, right? And he was obsessed with me. He thought I was all that and a bag of chips, which is fine, you know, I am. But problem here was, this dude was so argumentative and had anger issues, and it was not healthy. There was red flags everywhere. You know, this is someone where if I went down that path, they weren't going to get help. And I kept telling myself at that time, you know, this would be the perfect relationship if only blank, you name it. If only they got therapy, if only they got their anger issues under control, if only blah, blah, blah. And that is what gets you into toxic relationships. You are an empath, you're super empathetic, you can tune into their highest potential, you can see, you have this Michelangelo effect, you can see how great a person could be, but you can't be in a relationship with someone's potential. You're in a relationship with who they are in the present moment. And in this present moment, I'm seeing cards that are saying, you know, they're toxic. There is arguments. Arguing in general, toxic, okay? I can tell you this. I have been in a happy, healthy relationship for many years now, and we don't argue ever. Okay, we get into disagreements. We challenge each other sometimes. We discuss, but we never argue. And the difference is, discussing is when you have an issue. You don't agree on it. You talk it through until you compromise or find an issue that works for all parties involved. That is how adults communicate with each other. And arguing is like literally just arguing for the sake of arguing. You raise your voice. It's a back and forth. You know, who can win? The perfect example, like literally, it's right here. Like no words needed. It depicts what arguing is. Like, I'm winning just for the sake of winning. It doesn't matter if your argument doesn't make any sense. It's a very ego-driven thing. Like, I want to be the one who's right. And the other people leave like, you know what? You win. Fine. You can never truly win an argument. Ever. Because even if you do win an argument, you're alone. These people don't like you now. Congratulations. Here's everything. Go ahead. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Arguing is not healthy, okay? Having debates is healthy. If you agree on everything with the people in your life, there's something wrong there, okay? However, I can tell you this. I have never raised my voice or have had a voice risen to me in a healthy connection. And these connections, are with people that I have seen every single day for years. Not once do we raise our voice at each other because we are adults. You learn this in kindergarten, guys. If this person can't get a grasp on that, they're a child. They have the emotional temperament of a child. And you should not be with them. It's not your job to sit here and explain to a grown adult how to, man up, woman up, and communicate properly. It is not your job to teach someone how to handle their anger in a healthy way. That is something that you are taught when you're 5 to 7 years old. Straight up. That is when you are supposed to stop having these temper tantrums. That is when you are supposed to be taught that. Clearly, they did not learn that, and it is not your job to teach them that. Someone else can teach them that because you're too cute for all that. You're too cute for all that. And you know what? Honestly, if you really want them to learn that, they're going to have to learn it the hard way. This is a karmic relationship for them too, and they need to see the repercussions of how they treat people. Okay? And they're not going to receive that if you're just enabling them by staying in this toxic situation and not leaving. Verbal abuse should be met with harsh endings. Okay, you want to raise your voice at me? You want to yell at me? You want to call me names? Bye. Have fun on your own. You're not going to, because you're the King of Cups reversed, and you depend on people emotionally because you're needy and you don't know how to fulfill your own self-esteem, but that's your problem now, okay? Learn your lesson. I don't like this person, guys. I'm just saying, I don't like them. You should break up with them. And that's my tea for you. That's my 2 cents. That's my opinion, okay? So if this didn't resonate, don't force it to. It just might not be your reading. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, and if you have a very nuanced situation, go ahead and get a personal reading with me, one-on-one. But yeah, that's that. Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry if I made you cry. All right. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I actually would like to hear how this resonated with you. So leave that in the comment section, and I will see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So over here is going to represent the person that you're asking about. This could be where they're at generally in their life or in this connection with you. And then over here is going to be how they're viewing you. So this side doesn't have to be 100% accurate, because how others view you is subjective to their own experience, okay? So as long as it resonates with what you feel like they're viewing you as, then it's fine. If none of this resonates at all and you're completely lost and I just don't see how this fits, that is totally fine. There just might not be any messages for you in this pile. You can go back and select another pile, or maybe there's just no messages for you in today's reading, okay? Perfectly fine. If you have a particular situation in your life with lots of nuance, I do offer personal psychic readings, so those are on my website. Let's begin. So your person is being represented by the butterfly. Lots of transformation. This is a rags to riches story, so I am getting different visions in my mind that is kind of leading me to the message that this person might not have had the best upbringing, but they somehow made it work, and they really, got themselves off the ground as a person, and they really blossomed, they bloomed as a person from really tough circumstances, which I think is very admirable, okay? Lots of transformation. We have adversary with 29, so the number 29 might be important in this connection. Hard work, diligence, progress, challenges, adversity. Yeah, guys, honestly, that was exactly the type of energy I was getting from the butterfly too. This person has not had it easy in life. I'm seeing something keeps coming up about their childhood. I don't know if they faced extreme hardship in their childhood, in their upbringing, but it seems like you're almost shocked at how this person ended up given the circumstances that they were in, you know? And now I'm like getting a vision of a friend that I have who is very like that. Spirit communicates to me in really interesting ways. They bring up my own memories to represent the energy that I'm seeing in a reading. And like so many different flashes of like almost like symbols, people, visions are coming into my head, and all of these symbols and people have in common that they came from like crap circumstances and they became like really good. Also, they might be like a career person, you know, this might be someone with a very respectable career, okay? Like lawyer, doctor, engineer, something professional, okay, for the majority of you. It's just shocking. Like, I'm getting shocking energies from them. Like, how did you even end up? Okay, that just flipped over. We have rest and rejuvenation. I'm not sure if it was upright or reversed, but here it is. This might be something that they struggle with doing, or they're trying to do more of it right now at this time. You know, I feel like their whole life might have been very high stress. And they have a hard time with their physical body, like calming down and giving themselves proper sleep and rest and just letting their thoughts dissipate. You know, we see someone here in meditation. Meditation is the practice of acknowledging your thoughts, letting them go, returning to breath over and over and over again until you just stop thinking. And it's beautiful, but also the number 19 might be important for them. This is something that they might have always struggled with, and they might be on like a new spiritual awakening or journey to kind of learn how to rest a bit more. I'm seeing something about the stress hormone cortisol with them. I don't know if they're consciously, actively trying to reduce that in their life or supplement their body with different nutrients such as magnesium. This is actually something I'm doing personally, so it's so funny that this is coming up in the reading. There's a lot about their physical body and stress kind of causing issues for them, okay? Now, I know this isn't supposed to be a health reading. This is just what's coming through. So, I don't know if they're consciously aware of the root of the issue, though. So, maybe this is something that you can help them with, you know? And this might even be some energy that you can take on yourself, group number 3. Learning how to calm down. So how they view you, you're being represented, by the moth. Little moth and butterfly. Are you kidding me? This is so cute. Oh, cute. Okay. Both of you have lots of air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The moth is just very similar to the butterfly. Like, I mean, come on. But so you have a lot of the similar traits that we just described with them. In terms of transformation and, you know, overcoming challenges, making hard change to better your life and to free yourself, to spread your wings. But also with you in particular, they really admire your ability to stay optimistic, you know, to always go to the light in the middle of the night. You know, moths are active at nighttime when it's super dark, but they are just drawn into that light, baby. So that's kind of that's how they view you, as just this beam of positive energy. And, you know, no matter how hard circumstances may get, no matter how much challenge you face in your life, you're gonna have this positive, optimistic energy. Also, I'm seeing something about you being like this mystical night being and they're like, it's like you're the same person but different. You know, butterflies are real active in the daytime. You know, they're like I think of the sun shining when I think of butterflies. I think of the moon when I think of moths. So it's almost like you're the more divine, feminine, intuitive, kind of sensual, mystical, magical version of them. And they're the more like logical, practical, divine, masculine version of you. It's like you're the same temperament in life you carry. You carry a lot of similarities to this person, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know, like you're the moon, they're the sun. I don't know how else to put it. Like, different. You're more mystical. You're more magical. Okay. Or at least that's how they're viewing you. And we have shadow here. We have nighttime. We have shadow. Are you a night owl? Group number 3. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions, mystery. I'm getting like healer energy from you, from this person. Like they view you as like a healer. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions, mystery. I think the important thing to know about the moth is that they're not afraid to fly and exist in the darkness, right? And I feel like you are not someone who fears hard conversations, difficult emotions, dark night of the soul, death even. Like you don't fear these things. You happily will fly through the skies of the night and eventually lead yourself to light. And you also do that for other people. I'm seeing light worker energy from you. You're not afraid to have difficult conversations with people and help guide them to the light. You can see the light in any given circumstance. You can see the path of healing. That is your gift. You can see the highest outcome of every single person. You see the greatest potential in every person and in every situation. You see the possibilities. You see the light. And you aren't afraid to deal with the shadowy aspects of people and situations and overcome them in order to get to that light version that you see. So anyways, this is just the mark of a light worker, okay? And as a light worker, you can have so many different careers. You can do so many different things with your life. Therapy, psychology, what I do, tarot, psychic readings, life coaching, author, teacher, healer. You could be in the medical field. There's so many different ways that you could be a light worker. There's no set path for you. But what you do is you express this energy and this life purpose through whatever it is that you do. If you're someone who likes knitting sweaters, you don't just knit sweaters. You show people the beauty in creating your own clothes. You clothe the homeless. You do it for a cause. You raise money for charity. Like there's more meaning behind everything that you do. So cool stuff. Goddess of the moon. Didn't I just say goddess of the moon or like something along those lines? And here it is. You are this moon goddess or god in their eyes, whatever the case may be. Like you are this creature of the night. Creature of the night. You know what else is coming into my head? That song from Phantom of the Opera that the dude sings. Music of the night. I can't remember it right now, but are you guys into like plays and musicals? I don't know why all of these musicals just came popping into my head with that one card. So maybe you're into that. Maybe you dig that. Also, I'm kind of getting like visions of kind of, how do I put this? Like culture. Going out to plays, going out to concerts, art galleries and coffee shops and dusty bookstores and hand knitting sweaters. Like these are just some of the images that flash into my mind when I think of you. Now, I'm not saying that you're specifically into any one of those things, but like that's kind of the vibe you give off. That's the vibe you have. Like I don't think people would be surprised if you do those things, and you probably do some variations of those things. But I feel like you don't realize how powerful you are as a healer and how much your words really impact other people in a positive way. And I think that's why Goddess of the Moon is in reverse here. It's like you just don't realize how much you do for other people. But all of that aside, let's see this person's feelings for you. I think you're real cool just by doing this reading, personally, but let's see. Also, I want to say you're not normal. I know that's like, you're not a normal person. I'm also getting Scorpio energy from you. Like, you're not a mainstream person, Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see you. No one's gonna understand that. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, in Fishtown, but that is a very particular neighborhood in Philly where the hipsters hang out. drinking their micro brews and IPAs and wearing their handmade leather boots. You're just real cool. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Anyways, what are their feelings for you? What are their feelings for you? You know what I was going to say? So I'm watching Love is Blind right now. I think I was telling this to another group. And I was talking with the person I was watching the show with, saying, like, they get all really normal people on the show. You would not be on that show because you're not normal. But in, like, the best way possible. You know, you have personality. You have zest. All right. Let's see. Okay. Your feelings, or their feelings for you, rather. Knight of Cups. Oh, look at that card. You know, we see a boy here with his flowers, and he took his hat off, and there's a little picnic with a little love letter written out. This is like a huge romantic card. Like, this is the card of the romantic. You know what I mean? Beautiful. They have feelings for you. All right. They want to, you know, do nice things for you here. And oh, I just love it. It is a knight, though, so let's see what other cards come out. We have the Tower reversed. Wow, what is this about? What is that about? There's some type of, like, drama. Not, like, bad drama, but, like, just Ten of Wands reversed. Transformation. Like, big changes types of drama. That's what I mean. We have the Eight of Swords in reversed. There's some stress here. And we have the Seven of Cups. Ooh, you are on their mind. They are overthinking the future with you, with them, like what's going on. There's so many different paths for them. I almost wonder if this person is kind of like, there's different various future paths that they can take in their life right now. And you kind of came in and threw them for a loop because now they have feelings for you and they're like, oh my gosh, like, where's this gonna go? You know? Tower reverse coming out in a romantic reading. Honestly, like, they weren't expecting you to come into their life. They weren't expecting to have feelings for anyone. I feel like they had their own little plan. They had their own little options in life as like a lone person. And now they're kind of being thrown for a loop here. They don't know what to do because like they were so set on like just being this individual, having these different future paths for them. Like, okay, I'll just pick whatever feels right in the moment. They never even considered, you know, fallen in love, having feelings, and maybe factoring someone else into their future. So now they're kind of contemplating again. Ten of Wands reversed, you know, this is a card of responsibility. And, you know, a lot of people read the Ten of Wands as a stressful card, and it can be. However, you know, this is a labor of love. In the traditional tarot, in the Rider-Waite, we see a man holding 10 wands and going uphill. It's very heavy. It's a burden. However, you know, he's taking those wands, or those pieces of wood rather, uphill to, you know, help his family out. You know, there could be firewood to, you know, keep the fires going, get food on the table and cooked. It's a labor of love. It's a responsibility of love. And I have this theory, this philosophy in life, that when people have no responsibility in life, they're actually very unfulfilled and unhappy. Like, yeah, it's easier to not have less responsibility. However, having that responsibility is a human thing, and it's what gives us purpose. It's what gives us meaning. It's what has us waking up in the morning, you know. I could live in my house with no responsibilities, you know, no cats, no friendships to nurture, no relationships to make time for. I could eat junk food all day, and my life would be meaningless. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have to take care of the home at all. Like, what would I do with myself other than just distract myself with random dumb stuff? And the reason why I feel guided to share this with you is I feel like they kind of were living a life where they do work really hard. I am seeing that. Whatever their job is, or if they're in school, whatever they're studying, it takes up a lot of their time, and it's quite stressful for them. It's a lot of responsibility. And so I feel like for a while, they didn't even contemplate the idea of taking on a relationship. I don't know why in their head they're equating relationships with like hard work and responsibility. Like, oh, yet another thing to be responsible for. I almost wonder if this person has never been in a relationship, or like they just haven't been in one in a while, or they just don't have much experience with it, or with healthy normal relationships. I don't know. It's really interesting. But their feelings are really interesting. They have really good feelings towards you, Knight of Cups. This is a romantic. I want to say group number 3, this is a knight at the end of the day. So I don't want to say like proceed with caution, but I do want to say like just make sure that their big romantic gestures and their words are backed up with action. Because knights here, they're well-meaning, upright. They want the romance. They have this passion for you. But, they're not a king. They're not a queen just yet. And they can totally evolve into that, but just there's some finesse that you need to have in order to deal with this person right now. Just make sure that you're on the same page, communicating well, and kind of know what's going on here, and not just being romantic for the sake of being romantic. Like, where's this going? Where's it coming from, and where's it going to? Okay, but we do see some overthinking here from them as well, with the 8 of Swords in reversed. Big old card of overthinking. Like, I am stuck. What do I do? They can't find a solution. They're finding it hard to find a solution. They feel out of control. Their emotions and thoughts feel out of control to them at this time. And 7 of Cups is also a card of confusion as well. Like, what happens now? Where is this going? I had this whole trajectory in life. And yeah, you this beautiful night goddess came into their life, and they're like, oh no, what do I do now? How do I incorporate this energy into my life, into my already busy life? There might be scheduling issues here. They might have a hard time, with energy and actual scheduling. But we'll see what comes out with their thoughts. So these cards are going to represent their thoughts towards you. All right, we see they're thinking a lot. What are those thoughts about, though? Your person's stressed and in love. I can relate. Stressed in love, confused. But what are their thoughts? What are they thinking about? What is their possible intentions here? Okay. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. They're learning how to... They're having a new beginning with you, okay? I feel like for a while there, they were kind of stuck in this mode of thinking where it was just like, this was how... And I can't stand when grown adults think like this. But, they were kind of like, this is how I was raised. This is the awful past I came from. And, like kind of getting into that victim mindset, or just kind of stuck in life. I don't want to like sit here and point the finger at them. They were just feeling stuck in life. Let's put it like that. And you come along and, they're starting to realize, like, you opened up a new chapter for them emotionally, I feel. They're starting to think more about like, well, there's so much more possibility in the future, I have so much right here in the moment that I can explore. And these feelings, like, I feel like they want to explore their feelings with you with the 5 of Cups in reverse. I love this card in reverse. I know it looks scary, but upright, this is a card of focusing too much on the past and what hasn't worked out, and they're avoiding what is happening in the present moment and the blessings they have in the present moment. In reverse, it's almost like they're finally turning around. They're seeing these 2 cups here, which the 2 of Cups in the tarot does represent relationship. And, they're able to see this bridge over here and this home and the water. And, they're now thinking like, wait a second, I'm too busy focusing on everything that isn't going right in my life. But here I have a great opportunity right in the present moment for romance, for something like potentially serious, for something that I can get a lot of fulfillment out of. So right now they're in this process of like opening their heart up a bit and kind of seeing the different possibilities that they have in their life right now because of you. We have the 8 of Cups in reversed. Interesting. Now, when these two cards come out next to each other in a reading, it does give me breakup energy. However, I read this card as that moment in life when someone just gets this strong, intuitive nudge to explore elsewhere, okay? So, for example, like, someone might be living in their hometown, be surrounded by the same old friends their whole life, same old people. And that's totally fine. They get a lot of fulfillment out of it. That's why the cups are still standing. But they just have this strong urge within their soul to move somewhere new, to explore life a bit, go out of their comfort zone a bit. That's how I read the Eight of Cups. So in reversed, I feel like they have this urge, but they may hesitate to act on it. And I'm almost getting a very particular situation for some of you watching, where this person was kind of thinking about moving, like literally moving. And then they met you, they got the hots for you, and now they're like, what do I do now? Maybe their place in life, they didn't view it as permanent, you know? Maybe they kind of had thoughts of like moving to a different city or a different country or something like that. Like it seemed like all of their doors were open. They were kind of contemplating, okay, which one do I want to go down? And then you kind of popped into their life. They got strong feelings for you fast. I really feel that. And it hit them off guard, and now they're trying to like figure out what's going on here, okay? We have Death. All of these cards that came up are about endings and new beginnings. So I'm really curious as to why these are coming up in your reading, because the Knight of Cups really shows like a newer type of love, and I'm getting the energy of a newer type of love. But why are there cards here about letting go of the past and embrace? Oh, duh, we were just talking about that. Never mind, I figured it out, guys. Like, they're letting go of this little rut they've been stuck in. You know, they're letting go of this idea in their head that, you know, they're just this lone wolf, independent person, whatever. Like, they are fully letting that go right now. And I also, again, we saw that kind of, like, not victim mindset, but like their head was really stuck in their past, and they're letting that go now, and they're starting to see the possibilities that exist right here in the present moment. The Death card in tarot is honestly one of my favorite cards, and it's funny because everyone's so afraid of it, but it's a really good energy. It's the energy of letting go of anything in life that just isn't serving you anymore and embracing new beginnings. The Death card and the butterfly spirit are very similar. They both represent drastic transformation, letting go of your old self that does not serve you in the present moment or in the future. And I feel like they're going through this giant process of letting go of their old self. And the changes that you will notice in this person from meeting you is astonishing. Okay, let's see. We got the Five of Pentacles in reversed, and we have the Sun in reversed. The Sun is a really positive card, guys. They, when it comes to this connection, want a happy ending with you. They just don't know what that looks like right now. They're trying to figure that out right now. But it's so strong that they want this. They definitely want change. They want transformation here. Five of Pentacles in reversed, though, they just need to get out of their head, man. Like, they are in the process of kind of breaking out of this kind of lack mentality. They might be a bit of a pessimist, not gonna lie, and this is something that you would notice in them. Or it just seems like their challenges in life has weighed them down so heavily that they're just not in the best mindset. And with this Rest and Rejuvenation card that came out earlier, I also wonder if they don't, like, if I was doing a reading for this person, I would tell them to get a massage, get more sleep, take better care of themselves, get more rest to allow the stress from your body to dissipate first and foremost, but also to just cleanse your energy. It feels like when you book up your schedule, every second is planned and accounted for. You're working a lot. There's a lot going on in life. There's traumas, there's challenges, there's tribulations, and there's a lot going on in life. This person just needs more spaciousness to let that heavy energy that's weighing them down lift from them. The 10 of Wands reversed here. Let's take a look at it. Like, this is what their energy looks like right now. If I did an aura reading for them, which I kind of tune into their aura, there's a lot of heaviness all around them. Like, all of this stuff, it's like the weight of everything going on in their life, and it's just stacking on. And when we do things like meditate, it takes that weight off of our shoulders. And oh man, this person's just stressed. They really do need more rest, more space in their life, spaciousness. Okay, so if you're dating this person, nice relaxing dates will really serve them, like going to the beach and just laying, or something like that, and get a couples massage. I don't know. They need to cleanse their energy and meditate and sleep and all that jazz. Okay. Also, I feel like something that you might notice, they need to make more space for a relationship in their life, and this could be literal, like their home, for example. They might not have space for you, and that's always like a crap feeling, like when you go to someone's house and there's literally no space for you. Like, the least you can do, and this is why it's so powerful in Feng Shui, to make your bedroom symmetrical and balanced if you want to attract love in your life. Give your partner, even if you're single, make room for a partner to access the bed on their own side, have their own drawer for them, maybe even get some like guest things for them, like, a guest toothbrush and soap and all that stuff. Like, make your space welcoming for people to enter. You might notice in their actual home that it's definitely like they lack Feng Shui. Oh man. Anyways, let's get into messages from their higher self to you. So a person's higher self is like the self, the version of them that is like in spirit. It is their highest potential, essentially. So let's see what their higher self wants you to know about the version of themselves that you're dealing with right now in the here and now. What do you need to know? Okay, of course the cards fell on the ground. Okay, so some cards fell out for you. You have your trauma and trust issues prevent you from seeing the love that I have. Ooh, group number 3 calling you out. This person really loves you, but like we said earlier, you've both been through some stuff, right? And they're this card is saying, like, this person loves you and does show you their feelings, but are you seeing it? Are you listening? Are you taking note? I actually love that this card came out because it is pretty positive. It is saying that the issue here is you. And that's a good thing because you can control that, right? You can't control other people, but you can think to yourself, okay, do I have some trust issues here? And, force yourself to kind of think and see like how this person is giving you signs that they're into you. We have, I want to try new things with you. Okay, some adventurous energy. I'm clingy and insecure. This person does have, I wouldn't say they have perfect mental health. I am happy where we are now. I don't plan on ascending commitment. Yeah, I can see that because they're confused. Like we said, they want a future with you. They just can't see how it's gonna happen just yet. Okay, so this might change, but for right now, this is where they're at. I am in love with you. Yeah, they do love you. Yeah. That love word came out twice here. There is a lot of romantic feelings for you. Whatever their life situation is right now is kind of having them confused about where you guys are headed in the future. But in the meantime, in the present moment, they're pretty happy that you are in their life. And, you do trigger more healing within them. I think as time goes on, if you stick around this person, they will overcome some insecurities and kind of figure out their life a bit more, but you don't have to stay with anyone if you don't want to. Anyways, moving on. What do the angels have to say? What is their advice to you, group number 3, when it comes to this connection? What is their advice to you when it comes to this person, this connection? Okay, anything else? Okay, very chatty today. Anything else? Going once, going twice, going thrice. Okay. We have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. You know, this card comes out when you're being asked to just enjoy the present moment right now. There's a lot of passion here. Don't hold back, you know. Just let yourself indulge in the feelings and the passion that you have with this person. Don't worry too much yet about the future. Healing family issues. I can see this on both sides. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, you both came from interesting upbringing, and I feel like as you heal yourself and your life as an individual, it always will serve your love life. And we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I am kind of getting like a bit of hesitation on your behalf, group number 3, because, you know, there is that question of, you know, where is this going in the future? And, you know, their higher self is saying your trauma and trust issues prevent you from seeing the love that I have. Pay attention to any red flags that exist on both ends, you know. How are you treating this person? You know, you might have red flags. This person might have red flags. Now, I think we overuse the word red flags, though. A red flag to me is like, nope, done, 0, stop the relationship. Okay? A yellow flag might be like, proceed with caution, this needs more attention. And I'm kind of getting that, there might need to be some conversations about the unhealthy aspects of this connection. So, for example, this I am clingy and insecure. You don't have to put up with that, okay? You can talk to this person about it. It's not your job to heal them, but you can certainly lay down your own boundaries around that. And guys, like, if you don't want to leave this person, all you got to do is like establish your own boundaries. Like, no relationship is perfect at first. You know, all you can do is like tell this person, I'm not dealing with, you know, I don't know. You should ask a therapist. I'm not good at these things. Just lay down your own boundaries. Like, don't put up with these more toxic energies. And there's some work that needs to be done here if you are going to continue being with this person. There's some issues that need to be addressed. You know, not every relationship is like perfect right off the bat, you know. We do need to address some insecurities and figure out what's happening in the future. And I feel like your person, they struggle with coping with stress. That's their number one thing. And I'm not going to say that's a red flag, but how they cope with stress might be a red flag. I don't know. Like, for example, if they have a stressful week at work and they go drinking to alleviate that stress, you know, substance should never be a coping mechanism. You know what I mean? Like, if you're drinking, drink to have fun times with your friends. Like, don't drink because you're stressed, okay? Or like, there's so many different ways in which someone can unhealthily cope with stress. So just pay attention to that, because you might think it doesn't affect you or it doesn't relate to you, but it does. You know, I was just having a deep conversation with someone about this, actually. We were actually talking about how many people use adult content and everything that comes along with that to deal with stress. And it can very quickly become an addiction. And people don't realize this, but actually consuming adult content has an awful effect on your brain. Like, sensual stuff aside, it makes you less sensitive to dopamine. That is just crazy to me. I can't stop talking about it because, like, oh my gosh, it's just crazy to me. But I'm just saying, like, this person can take some relatively normal things and anyone can take some relatively normal things, and if they're using it to kind of cope with stress and it's not necessarily the most healthy thing, that is something that can affect you if you're in a close relationship with this person in ways that you don't even, you might not even realize, you know? So in that example, the person who assumes too much adult content, like, you might think, whatever, everyone does it, it's not a huge deal, but you might not notice that your sex life has decreased with this person, that their attraction towards you is fading because, you know, their brain is seeking more and more and more and more novelty, which is another red flag. It can really spiral out of control. And I don't know what this person's doing, but it's just a yellow flag, something that you need to pay attention to, maybe have a conversation about it if you're super close with this person. I don't know. That is the thing here. Now, I wouldn't say those things are deal breakers on their own unless it's extreme or something that's particularly triggering for you. So for example, if you grew up with alcoholics and this person's coping mechanism is drinking, like, yeah, that can be extremely triggering for you. You shouldn't even deal with that, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Everyone has their issues. And I'm not going to be the one to sit here and tell you break up with this person just because, you know, they have some stuff they need to fix, but I'm also not telling you to stick around if you don't want to, you know? You can leave at any point you want. I'm not going to be pressed about it. I'm just the tarot reader, okay? Let's move on and get some channeled messages from them, okay? If they were perfectly honest with you about their feelings, how they feel about you, what would they say? If they were completely honest about their feelings towards you, what would they say? Alrighty, we have one card coming out. Anything else? Anything, something flipped over. Oh man, we're not gonna find it. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm just such a mess. Okay. There's a lot here, so let's just dive into it. We have the Hanged Man. I don't know if I can commit right now, and I fear you won't wait for me. Yeah, that pretty much summarizes all their feelings. They're stressing because they're not sure if they can fully commit to you right now because it seems like their life circumstances, they're just not sure where it's going in a sense. I don't know why. You're going to have to describe that to me. I don't know your person. Like, maybe they're like here, in a temporary living situation, or they had other huge plans, they just aren't sure. Like, I don't know. We also, it says slow forward movement, waiting and delays. This relationship exists in limbo. There are factors here you don't see. You cannot force this. So you, group number 3, cannot force this person to move any faster. And that is kind of what I was saying with the Knight of Cups earlier. Like, just make sure this person is backing up their romantic words and feelings with actual action, you know? We have the 3 of Wands. I want to be weird with you, travel with you, experience life together, and reach our goals. Enjoying art and culture together. There's that culture again. Self-expression, travel and plans, unconventional relationships, a very busy but happy time. That's how they feel about you. You know, they really do like you. And then on top of the 3 of Wands, we have the 3 of Cups. I love flirting with you. It won't focus. I love flirting with you. I believe love should be lighthearted and fun. This connection has emotional healing. We talked about that. Friendship first, party and celebration, good vibes, a friendship that's flirty. I think you have a really good, like, platonic connection. Now, here's how I view relationships. Like, the foundation is platonic connection, and then everything else builds off that. So when I say platonic connection and you're romantic with this person, I don't mean to, like, discount the romance here, but I think you guys just really enjoy hanging out and talking, which is great, you know, and I think that is something that every good relationship needs. We have strength. I want to work through our issues. I want to open up about our pasts. This relationship can improve with work. Yeah, I definitely see that. There's some work that needs to be done here in order for you guys to work out. Commitment issues need to be addressed. And by commitment issues, I'm not like, I know a lot of people equate that with cheating, but equate it with this up here. I don't know if I can commit to you right now. Commitment issues as in, like, I just don't know if I can offer that to you because of my life circumstances. Some things need to change, some things need to heal. Patience and determination is needed. Physical attraction masked problems in the beginning of this relationship. So I think, and we see that with the passion here, there's a very passionate physical element to this connection that may have had you, I don't want to say ignoring red flags. I want to say, like, if you didn't have this passion, I don't think you would have been so patient with this person. You know what I mean? And of course, patience is a virtue, but I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying in your own way. Like, you know what I'm talking about. We have the Six of Wands. I've been checking you out for a while, and I'm ready to share my feelings. They might be like looking at you on social media. If you have social media, they admire you from afar. They put you a bit on a pedestal and they think you're really cool. So yeah, this person really digs you. I would say, like, closing messages, group number 3. If you want something serious with this person, it's going to take some work. To be honest with you, like, if you really, really, really like this person, I'm not seeing that it won't work, but there's definitely issues that need to be discussed. There is conversations to be had. We need to, figure out the future and all that. This is giving me very neutral energy. Every relationship has light and shadow qualities, and I think this is the perfect example of that. So, yeah, I mean, they do want a future with you. I think that's pretty clear with the Sun card. And, this card right here, I want to be weird with you, travel with you, experience life, reach our goals. They just don't know how that's going to work. Like, it's the logistics of it. Like, how is this on a physical level going to unfold? And they might be overthinking that as well. So thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear how this resonated with you down below. So leave a comment. I read all of them. And thanks for joining. I'll see you for the next video. Bye.